Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on your geographical location and your time zone. We are here again to bring you reports and to talk about the homeland issues. So we are doing justice to this morning. This is a vehicle carrying stones, chippings. In Kenya they call it ballast. This is called chippings. I think there's a project they are doing down there. So that's Zale. And what are we talking about this morning? We are going to talk about local food production, the need for the government of Anambra State to prioritize production of local food, to localize food production in Anambra State and in our homeland. So that's what we're going to be discussing, and I hope that you will join us, that you will do justice by liking and commenting and sharing and subscribing, and we will continue marching. Let us see this look. So we continue. I'm so Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Basically, what has happened over the years in Nigeria is nonchalant attitude by the government of all levels to agriculture and food production, because of a lot of them and the governors and those local government, the presidency, they don't actually know that the easiest way to increase production level in any given country is food production, because it do enhance industrial production, industrial growth. That China did not just start manufacturing all those electricals and all those things just immediately. That what they did is basically to start producing food, agriculture, because that's where you start your industrial production. So that's why we are here to discuss about having many of these governors failed in understanding the real problem facing the country and how to solve it. I mean the solution. Now we are in this channel about to offer them the solution, because these are not a rocket science, it's not a difficult thing to do. So let me start by saying basically in Anambra State, what the governor need to do. So the governor is trying according to his own ability. He said about giving trees for people to plant, which some of them will be ready in 3 or 4 years and 5 years. But what his advisors has not told him is that people still need to eat now, not waiting for 3 years or 4 years or 5 years, because they need their 3 square meal now. So meaning that your agricultural or food policy should be short term and medium term and long term. So these ones are not beyond them to do, because the people are willing to do all those things, and the people are willing to be engaged if the government is ready to help them. So what am I talking about? It's cheaper to produce food in Anambra State than to get it from any other state or northern Nigeria. If you think about the cost of transportation and other logistic and bad roads and a lot of things that will come into play if you are going to be relying getting food every other place. And no sin technocrats or politician or anybody that has a vision will allow the food production to be only sourced abroad without thinking about getting this production from locally or doing it locally. And because they are talking about industrialization, how can you increase industrial production without looking on the side of agriculture, local food productions? So that's what we are talking about. And now what they need to do is very, very simple. I use Onitsha for instance because it will make it easier for you to understand. In Onitsha, around 80% of the food or 90% of food that people buy in Onitsha are not produced in Anambra State, which is very, very shows the type of leadership the state has and their lack of innovation in agricultural sector. You know? So now, what can Soludo do? If Soludo want to change the narrative, just 6 months, he can change that. Most of this food produced, especially because the most common food are yam, rice, potatoes, cocoyam, and other vegetables. So meaning that in Onitsha, he can actually form a cooperative right inside Onitsha greater region, who will be mandated to produce enough food that will be supplied into Onitsha. And you think this is not possible? It's quite possible if the government take their role of subsidizing agriculture, clearing the place for this cooperative, and giving them a mandate what to produce and helping them. Or government can also have a community farm run by the cooperative, but the workers will be paid by the government. Their task is to produce so tons of tomatoes, so tons of vegetables, and millions of yams, fishes, and other things. And this will solve the food crisis we are talking about in Anambra State. And if it's extended in other states, think about the change that this will bring. This food security will be solved, and this crisis will be solved because the logistics involved will not be that much because it's within the state. So it's quite cheaper to produce this food, but because they don't understand this, they are now dancing in the marketplace. So I would like to continue on this discourse. If you want more details about this, I can tell them how they can change the narrative within 6 months. It will not be more than 6 months. 6 months, everything done. And they will be increased, they will see food, and I will not tell them what they will need to do and how the food will be, the pricing of this food, because that's part of government role to make sure that food security, because it's also an important security issue. It's also important issue concerning the people's welfare. So the government cannot just be dilly-dallying thinking that, oh, things will be solved by itself or the people has to do it. Not at all. The government has to lead in front, and that's why we advocate of good governance, and based on what has been happening in Nigeria because of bad governance and lack of government drive in key sectors of the economy, and this has destroyed or almost destroyed Nigeria, and the people have been left in a mess. So thank you very much for joining us once again. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. Remember that you need to share this video, share it, and as you share it, many people, including the governors and government officials, will also listen to this. If you want me to give them more advice on this, they can contact me. I am still Kodili-nye, the son of wonderful. See you in the next one. God bless you. Bye.